What's going on? Welcome to Gaming with Bearhands. I am Bearhands, bringing you another Dart Goblin deck today that we like to call the Bullseye Rocket deck. We are running the Elite Barbarians because, let's be honest, they're one of the best cards in the game right now, and I was kind of losing some trophies trying out different Dart Goblin decks, and so to just kind of ease my way back up there a little bit, we decided to throw the Elite Barbarians back in a deck because it's hard to replace them when they have such amazing defensive capabilities, along with one of the best counter pushes, if not the best counter pushes in the game. The struggle is real without them. It's honorable to play without them, but trying to do our clan chest, we might as well take advantage of the good cards while they're here, right? So, we've got the Rocket Miner, we've got the Dart Goblins and the Minions, and then we've got the Tombstone and the Ice Golem, which I feel are really nice combination there to help with some of the tanks that are coming at us in the meta right now. So really enjoying this. Now our really only clear spell here is the Zap spell, so we want to make sure that we are combining the use of the Zap spell with the Ice Golem. If they're coming in with a minion horde, you definitely want to get their attention with the Ice Golem and then be able to zap them away, or else you're going to be in some serious trouble, as I've had a couple of times only saving myself with that combination. Okay, so not a whole lot of splash here. The minions are nice for situations like that, but they die to arrows. They almost always die to arrows, as well as having a tombstone down there. Sometimes they just catch you unaware and catch all of that stuff with arrows. Really enjoying this deck, though. The use of the rocket with a miner is great. If they're throwing down units to counter the miner, sometimes you could time it correctly to get that rocket arc just in time, kind of prediction rockets near the end of the game to just catch like Elite Barbarians right there on their own tower, which is just wonderful. Nothing better than rocketing Elite Barbarians, let's be honest. We're going to jump into a couple of replays, just show you how this deck is played, maybe some close calls, fun games, and then we might just try to jump into some live games and see what we can do today. I have played a total of 2 games today, and it is almost 10 o'clock at night. And so I'm a little rusty today. We'll try to shake it off with you guys and see if we can't get some wins. Let's jump right in. All right, our first replay here is against Lan, or Lan, whatever his name is. And he is playing with Elite Barbarian Giant deck with a Baby Dragon, which we don't get to see very often. Baby Dragon it's just not very scary. Let's go ahead and throw down our Miner and our Dart Goblin here and check out the damage that we end up doing on the tower. Over 1,000 damage with that combination right there. And then, that was 5 elixir. We're able to go ahead and throw down the Tombstone, and I know he was just kind of wanting to build up elixir for a death ball over on this side. Here he comes with his Elite Barbarians and his Giant. He's going to smartly arrow away a lot there. Unfortunately, our Tombstone had not popped at that point, and so he was able to clear all but the remaining skeletons, and then we throw a nice minion off to the side there, a group of minions to deal damage to the Elite Barbarian, because every swing of that Elite Barbarian is devastating. And so feeling great about that first push there. Kind of have an idea of what his win condition is at this point. He throws down a Princess, which is a little unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and try to take out the Princess with the Miner, and then my idea there was let's get the other tower focused on the Miner, and then we can get a Dart Goblin in there to chip quite a bit more damage. And though it worked, he was able to get the Skarmy down and block the Miner from killing his Princess, which kind of stunk. So let's do a little tank and spank here. Tank and spank action with the Ice Golem minions, which if you're using this deck, make sure you utilize that. That's a great combination. Ice Golem to tank, minions to spank, and then he's coming in here with his Giant. Level 9 Giant. That thing never dies. It feels like it never dies. And so here he comes walking here, and I thought he was going to back it up with the Elite Barbarians, but first he's going with the Witch. Okay, and so let's go ahead and throw our Dart Goblin over to the side. Has good enough range to kind of stay off to the side. I think he can still catch most of that with arrows, but we throw down our Elite Barbarians and then zap his Skarmy away, and that Giant is going to melt. I think he probably should have went for arrows, but then his Elite Barbarians are going to come in, and we're going to go ahead and throw an Ice Golem. Probably should have been off to the side there, and his Elite Barbarian is going to come in and get 1, almost 2 hits off on the tower, okay? But notice, we are chipping little bits of damage off on his right-hand tower. And remember, we only need to get that tower down to a little bit under 500 or a little bit over 500. We'll check our rocket damage after. I should know what that is specifically, but we only need to get it down like 400 more. Let's go ahead and throw a rocket here. Money! Taking out those elite barbarians and the baby dragon, and then his little witch there is just left to deal with that. Our zap is a little off. We missed a couple of skeletons, so like 3 swings we could have had off on that tower over there, that was a pretty big miss on the zap. If you could get all the skeletons and then get those 3 more hits off when you're trying to get, now what, 200 more damage off on that tower, every swing counts. Melting this giant with the elite barbarians. We throw the miner in the same spot, so poor play there because that was predictable. He threw his elite barbarians down. Then we do an interesting play here and pull the elite barbarians over to our weak tower. So I don't know if that was a good play. Our minions are going to be chasing after them, and he's going to get multiple swings off on our tower, bringing it down to 1401. Elite barbarians running in here. He's going to go ahead and block it with the giant. And we're going to throw, notice, our miner in a different place to the side of, or the back of his tower, and he's going to throw the elite barbarians to the side. And that was a great prediction. Now notice this. We get his tower with that rocket all the way down to 61, and I just go, oh no, that wasn't killing damage. Just drastic. We were just spazzing little cards down there to try and stop that so we could get around to our zap spell. Wow, but what an ending there. Able to stall that out with the Tombstone Ice Golem and then get that zap spell. Get the zap spell, then get the zap spell down for the win. Holy cow, can't talk. Yeah, great game. Let's move on. Alright guys, the second game here against something Junior was epic. This was such a good game. We are both playing minor rocket decks, only, you know, I'm playing with the Dart Goblin and he's playing with the Princess. So fun, a little different. He's got kind of a lot of skeletons to deal with our elite barbarians, which is a nice counter to them, and we only have 1 spell to deal with them. So he's got his princess sitting over here next to his tower. He's going to come in with a miner. We're going to throw our ice golem down to do a little tank and spank. And the thing I love about this game is it felt like, look at that, our Dart Goblin barely gets his princess out of the way right before it gets logged. Our zap gets almost every single one of the skeletons. It was just like every play worked. Look at that. His Ice Wizard turned to deal damage to our miner as our minions take it out. His Princess takes out our minions, but we're just slightly ahead in the plays. He comes in here with his miner. We throw the Elite Barbarians in the back, so he gets a chip off here, and then we're going to throw our Ice Golem down. His Princess is just sitting there happy. She gets cleaved in the skull with the Elite Barbarians. Our Dart Goblin is going to sit across the river there. What a great place to play it. And just chip away at those skeletons. That's adding hits and hits and hits with the Elite Barbarians, right? Every swing is like a fireball. So he goes ahead and gets down the Princess. We're going to throw a miner down here to deal with the Ice Wizard. And then he pushes the Princess out of the way, so now the Princess is splashing all that stuff away, and he blocks it with the log. So before his Ice Wizard dies, he goes ahead and takes it out. Our minions are going to have to be forced. I'm laughing here because that was such a beautiful play on his part, saving his Princess, forcing us to spend more elixir on it. And so, really great. At this point, I was just like into this game. What a great game, I was thinking. He comes in with his miner. We go ahead and throw down our Ice Golem. Unfortunately, it runs off to the side, so I go ahead and throw down our Dart Goblin here to kind of make up for the fact that it's still getting hits off. And then we throw down our miner on his tower when I think probably a better play would have been on his Princess. Then his Skarmy's coming in here. We go ahead and get a sloppy zap off the minions. Managed to take out the Princess because she was close enough to the river. And it's just like, man, we are so close. Look at our Dart Goblin. Before the Dart Goblin dies, his last dart takes out the Princess. Man, it was just, every single thing was just so close to being a complete fail, and yet it still worked. Here comes his rocket. Really rushed at that point. Definitely shouldn't have rocketed there. He needed to play a little bit more safe. Our Zap spell is going to clean this up, along with the Dart Goblin on the other side of the river is going to really just, he really is forced to deal with stuff with way more elixir than he needed to. And then, check it out, we get the tower down to 513, and that is just enough, if not a little bit less, for our rocket to be able to take out that tower. And what an epic game. Junior, would love to play you again. That was prime. That was awesome. All right, this third replay here and final replay against Mr. Sean was, again, a lot of fun. He is playing with a P.E.K.K.A. Royal Giant. How often do you see P.E.K.K.A. Royal Giant decks, okay? So just big props to him for playing with a unique deck. At least I think it's unique. You might face the P.E.K.K.A. the Royal P.E.K.K.A. deck often. I don't know. I don't even know what it's called. He goes ahead and takes an advantage of me playing my Tombstone a little bit too close to the river, and then his elite giant there, the elite giant, is able to take it out. Our elite barbarians are going to run over the bridge here and right up to his tower. He places his wizard off to the side so that it doesn't get hit, and we are going to go ahead and zap his wizard so we can get one more swing off on the tower, bringing it into zap range. Then he's going to run in here with the elite barbarians. Our ice golem is going to go to town and block these elite barbarians. His wizard is in a great spot. And how did the wizard not splash away all those skeletons? That was bizarre. That was really bizarre, but look at that. Probably game-changing there, as the wizard doesn't kill the skeletons, then it has to take a couple more shots in order to take out the tower, and we're left with 596, which he's going to have to spend more elixir to take out this tower on the right, and he goes ahead and throws down an elixir pump. I'm going to throw down a miner here. He doesn't block the miner. I go ahead and, instead of spending elixir on a push, I'm just going to go ahead and rocket out his elixir collector, kind of as an equal trade there. Maybe one less. Maybe I was -1 because it got one elixir. I don't remember. Then here comes his Royal Giant Mega Minion. And we just decide, you know what? Let's just counter push the other side. Certainly he's low on elixir here. So we go ahead and throw down our elite barbarians, and then, seeing as he only's got ground units over there, we go ahead and throw our minions down. So our minions are going to be able to clean this up, and then he's going to be forced to deal with our stuff over on the left. So I thought that was a nice counter push. Sacrifice the tower to take out his other tower. And now he comes in with the P.E.K.K.A. And so we're looking at a P.E.K.K.A. here. Almost thought I missed that wizard. We go ahead and deal some serious damage to the P.E.K.K.A. Kill the wizard. He rushes, seeing an opportunity with us low at elixir. But thankfully we have some nice low elixir cost things to block those elite barbarians, because man, have we gotten burned with that. His wizard is going to clean up our minions, and then our elite barbarians are going to clean up his wizard right before his P.E.K.K.A. gets a swing off on the tower when we take it out. And here we go. Let's take a shot with the ice golem. He smartly rushes in with the elite barbarians, but just a little too late, as our elite barbarians, with also a lower health king tower, were able to sweep that for the 3 crown. There's nothing like some really good counter-pushing plays in games where it just feels like you're only winning because you're just throwing everything on the other side and not defending all that well. Maybe just slightly better than your opponent and grabbing those 3 crowns. So much fun. All right, we're ready for some live games here. Maybe throw 1 or 2 of them down. If the first one is epic enough, we might just call it quits and go to sleep, right? Here we go. Shinlove Lulu. Thumbs up, good luck. Let's go ahead and throw down a tombstone here. I'm going to put it up 1, even though we don't know if he's got a Royal Giant, just so it pulls a hog on the other side if he doesn't pig push it. He's coming in with archers. Let's force him to deal with something over here on this side. Here comes the Royal Giant. I'm going to throw down my elite barbarians on his Royal Giant. And wow, if it isn't Christmas. Check out that tower over on the right. And even though he's dealing a nice amount of damage, wow, that elite barbarian cleans up house on those archers. Yikes. Okay. I'm going to throw down my Dart Goblin. And, oh, that was rushy. I shouldn't have done that. Then let's throw down our tombstone. That'll shut down the furnace there. The Dart Goblin did get a couple of hits off it. Whoa! Lightning on the on our tombstone. That's very odd. Alright, I'm gonna soak a Fire Spirit. Take out his tower. I'm gonna mute him. Throw down minions. Dart Goblin. Ice Golem. There you go. Ice Golem's gonna soak the archers for a little while. Oh, the log just passes over our Elite Barbarians, and our Elite Barbarians are gonna clean that up. Get our zap spell ready here. Don't want to commit too much here. Go ahead and throw down this tombstone to soak some damage. We're very close to having our tower taken out. He has 1 minute left. Let's go ahead and just throw down our Dart Goblin in the middle here. Alright, that's okay. I'm going to clean up the Royal Giant so he doesn't have too much of a push left over. And look at how much damage we did to that tower because he was committed to going in there. And now what I can do is just defend until time is over and then finish this game out with a rocket. So let's throw down an Ice Golem. Let's throw down minions. Dart Goblin. Nice log on his part. Elite Barbarians. They're going to soak some Fire Spirits, but then clean up that furnace wonderfully. And now with 10 seconds left, I don't think he even has enough to get another Royal Giant down. And let's just go ahead and seal the deal and throw down this tombstone here. And that is game over. Good game, sir. Even though you're muted, well played. Excellent. Felt really good about that. We took an advantage there. When he had to push for our tower, we just pushed on his and was able to get that down to where we could just comfortably defend and then use that rocket right at the end. Ideally, I prefer to kind of play a little bit more defensive the whole game with the rocket, because then once it goes into overtime, you can then just rocket the tower out and catch them for that 1 crown victory. Guys, can it be a perfect night? Nothing but wins on our replays, and then 2 wins back to back. Who knows? Let's jump into our final game. We're gonna take it or leave it. PD. Call me A. PDA. You get it? Dart Goblin. Just so we don't waste elixir. Pull these. Throw this down. Give me a miner. Give me an M. Alright, minions are going to soak for the ice wizard there for a little while, and we're going to do some nice damage. 800 little ones there on the tower. Alright, let's go ahead, and I feel like this is one of the best counters to the furnace. Ah, that Fire Spirit. The Fire Spirit jumped right in there. Our Dart Goblin will not reach that furnace across the river. It needs to be 1 more further up. What is his win condition? There it is. Look, we gotta soak all of this. Oh, it split it just enough so that the Fire Spirits only hit 1 of the Elite Barbarians. That was nice. I'm gonna zap here. I don't like this. I'm on my heels already. I'm on my heels already here. Come on, Ice Golem, Ice Golem, Ice Golem. Come on, Ice Golem. There we go. Okay. That way, that's wonderful right there, because that Elite Barbarian is just going to sit there in the middle of everything. And he could throw down his Ice Wizard as a really, really good defense. So we're still winning. Remember, and we just want to play really defensive. He's got the log. He's got the log. Don't forget. I'm going to soak 1. Oh, check out that Dart Goblin going to town. I really want to deal with that, but what we're going to do is kind of just force something over here. Alright. Alright. Dart Goblin. Sorry, focused. Very focused here. He's going to zap. He's going to zap. There it is, but a little too late. A little too late on the zap, and what we need to do now... There we go. Soak the Fire Spirits. Our Tombstone is a little late. He gets some nice damage. And then he throws down. That was an interesting play. Let's go ahead and get this down here. Throw down our this. Then throw down our that. Get our zap ready. There we go. Zap hits, connects. Minions are gonna go to town. Little sloppy there. His log's gonna come in. Then we're gonna go miner again. Get our zap ready. There we go. Check it out. Miner's gonna bring the tower down. Just enough. All we need to do is get this rocket out. Oh, it's so, here comes this royal giant. You know it's coming, but it's not gonna have enough time, and the rocket is gonna seal away that deal. PD. What a game. I was a little focused there, so I don't even know how my commentary was. I guess we'll see in the editing. We'll get rid of any, inappropriate things I might have said during that game. It's just like, that was like a blackout. I don't even know what happened. What a game. Guys, success. Nothing but success tonight. That's what we like. I can now go to sleep and have peaceful and easy dreams of rockets flying through the sky, crushing my enemies into dust. That's a little creepy. Having so much fun with this deck, and I hope you guys give it a try. Don't hate too much on the Elite Barbarians. Everybody's using them. I guess that's why you hate on them so much. Either way, take advantage of their awesomeness, because you know a nerf is coming. You know, if everybody's using it, if you really truly want it to go away, just also use it, because they usually nerf cards that everybody uses, because that shows that they're just really, really good. So everybody and their uncle needs to be using this card if you truly want it nerfed or balanced a little bit. I think it could use a little bit of balancing. Not to say that there aren't great counters for it out there, but it's just too good for too many things. It's too good for too many things. I don't feel comfortable using the Mini P.E.K.K.A. now as a defensive card. Even though it costs 2 elixir less, the Elite Barbarians are just so much better. They just pack way more of a punch, and then the Mini P.E.K.K.A. runs up there, and you just absolutely need a tank or something else for the Mini P.E.K.K.A. for it to be effective against a tower. The Elite Barbarians, they can just run up there by themselves. So not only are they better at defending, in my opinion, they're also way better at counter pushing. And not to mention, they're way faster. Why would you use regular barbarians? Granted, they'll kill Elite Barbarians on defense, but then their counter push is slow. It feels lumbering and heavy. The Elite Barbarians are like, man, they're marathon runners, man. Either way, hope you enjoy a rocket deck. However you make the thing, they are really fun to play with, especially with clutch endings like we just had, catching that tower in overtime with the rocket, defending against the Royal Giant successfully. Not too many things that feel quite so good. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. How else are you going to get notifications? Come back and be with us in more Gaming with Bare Hands. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Have an awesome day. Again, wherever you are in it, make it awesome. See you next time.